All right, folks, got a special video for you today. We have a 2022 M240i X-Drive in Brooklyn Gray with the black optics package all around it, 19-inch M Sport wheels. You can see that they are the two tones. You have the brushed aluminum here, and it's actually a matte black, which looks incredible. Online, I thought these were like the glossy black, which is a pain to clean, but matte black looks incredible. And we'll just start with the exterior of the car. Also, we have my 2018 BMW M2. I'm going to do a comparison video on them, but today, right now, this is just the review video, and then subscribe if you want to see the comparison between the two as to if you're shopping for one. Right now, they cost about the same. This is right around a $50,000 car, and this used is between like $45,000 and $55,000, depending on mileage and everything like that. For this video, we're gonna focus on the M240i, which is incredible, especially in this color. We'll start with the front here. You can see these are real cooling vents in here, 382 horsepower, straight six engine. These are also active cooling. These open up to let more air in or close it if it needs to warm up, along with some more, so like these active grille shutters. And then again, more radiators here on the side, which is really cool. Moving around to the hood here, you can see it does have the power dome feature, which is just a classic M insignia. You can see my M2 doesn't even have that feature, so it's really nice that they integrated it onto this one. It also has the M Sport mirrors. You can see on the M2, just has kind of the regular looking mirrors. These door handles are now sitting flush on the car. It seems to be a new style design that a lot of companies are doing. I don't know that I'm really for it or against it, but it does make the car look really slick when you look at it from a side angle. Also, additionally, with the black optics package, you can see that it has this piano black panel here, which to me, that's tough because it's very hard to keep clean. It's gonna get dusty. It might be smart if you're getting this car to put a ceramic coating on these black trim panels on here just to help reduce dust and let it stay cleaner longer. Also, speaking of ceramic coating, sponsor of this video, sponsor of the channel is Hydra Silex, and as a gift to the owner of this M240, I gave him cleaning products from them, and they've been great. They're ceramic waterless wash, their ceramic window cleaner, and then their interior cleaner is what I gifted him, and he'll be able to use that on this car. Basically, yes, there's a ton of good cleaning products out there. What separates them is their ceramic infused coatings, and they just work great. Like everyone that has used them and used my code GJEEBSAPRIL or GJEEBSMAY, depending on what month it is, you save 25%, and their stuff just works great. So moving around to the rear of the car, this is maybe the part that's, I'm not gonna say controversial, but different. It's something to get used to. Obviously, you have the M240i badging, which looks great. They've actually done, it looks like some anodized metal, so it really looks clean there. Also, like I said, X-Drive, and then you have these dual outlet exhausts. Now you can see that there is this big extended trim here, and really that's just the pipe right there, so it's not as crazy. And then you also have just this diffuser. Looks good, totally not functional at all, just for looks, again in piano black. So the rear of this car and the lights are very cool. So the lights are really different, really a departure from the old 2 Series. We'll take a look at mine real quick just so you can understand. Again, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just different, and I'll let you guys decide what you like better. Also have the body painted little deck lid spoiler here, which is also tasteful. Now let's take a look at the interior. Some other things that may be of interest to you. 382 horsepower, still gets 32 miles per gallon on the highway, 369 foot-pounds of torque. Fuel tank is 13.7 gallons, which adds up to about a 356-mile range if you're going off of their 26 mile per gallon average. The weight of the car was surprising. It's 3,871 pounds. And a lot of the reason for that is because it's based on the M4 chassis. So it is a bigger car, the trunk space is bigger. That's also not the worst thing ever because you can actually carry people in the back. Even in my M2, the back is not that bad. But just like anything, the cars are getting heavier. It also has a 4.10 to 60 time, and we are going to test that in a little bit with a Draggy device. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic transmission with 4 drive modes: Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, dynamic cruise control, and an 8.8-inch high-resolution touchscreen, along with a 360 camera so you can look all around your car when you're parking it, making sure you're not hitting any curbs. Again, this specific model has the Shadowline package, 19-inch M double spoke bicolor wheels, illuminated M trim, and adaptive M suspension. So some quick takeaways on the interior here. There are some unique design here. This is like a hard plastic, and there's some type of pattern that they have stitched in here. You also have the M trim here. So this is illuminated. When it's not lit up, you still have these colors here along the side, along with the blue stitching, the contrast stitching along the perimeter. The one thing I don't like, and so many car manufacturers are doing this, is piano black on the interior of a car is so hard to maintain and keep clean. Luckily, they do have an option where you can get the aluminum. It's about a $150 option. You can get this aluminum hexagonal look on the interior of these cars. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as black, but as far as scratching it and dust over time, that might be the better route. Again, I get it's tough because this does look really good, just very hard to keep clean and something to be reminded of. You also have this small shifter here. Again, this is not offered in a manual transmission anymore. The new M2 should be, and that shows you everything here. So traction control off, you have the 360 camera, parking distance meter, auto start stop, you have your engine start button, and then your drive modes here. And then auto hold, basically what auto hold does is when you're in traffic, if you come to a red light, normally you have to keep your foot on the brake, it'll hold the car for you, and that's a really nice feature that a lot of EVs have. The other thing is the 8.8-inch touchscreen display. It's beautiful, and it's also driver focused. Notice the angle of it pointing towards the driver, and the fully digital dash, which gives you lots of nice options. Also shows specifically an M240i, which is a great detail and a detail that an enthusiast will appreciate. I just like when car companies pay attention like that and don't just put the base 2 series on there. For example, my M2 on the display, and I know this is a stupid, thing to complain about, but these little details add up and it's always appreciated. You can see it also has heated seats. You have all these memory buttons you can design. But really what you guys are here for is how does the car drive? We're going to take it for a drive, and I can also tell you that these seats, they're bolstered yet comfortable. These are the upgraded seats. So this is about a $1,400 or $1,500 option. You can see the M Sport colors there, and they're nice. They're well done. You don't want it to be a full-fledged bucket seat or overly aggressive. You want it to be sporty and comfortable, and that's what they've done here. And that's why I think this is the best M car you can buy. It's small, has plenty of power, and is efficient. So it has everything in balance. It handles really well. It's very fast, and we just got to go take it for a drive to experience that. All right, so now what you all came here for, the driving impressions. Pull out here. Immediately, the suspension is softer. Just on those 10 feet I drove it, you can feel it's softer. It does have a heads-up display, which is nice. The immediate thing that I'm noticing, the car is just far less aggressive, and that's good. It also sits up significantly higher. I'm noticing that too. It's kind of cool to get right out of an M2 and into this. And here's the thing with this car. My point is not to say if this is better than an M2 or anything like that. It's to help the buyers that are wondering what the heck is the difference. Because if you look at them on paper, this is faster than my car in a straight line. It has more power and it's slightly more efficient. And you may be looking at it like, well, what's the driving difference? The difference is on roads like this and if you took it to a track. So if you took it on a track or if you took it on roads like I'm on right now all the time, you may want to lean towards the M2. But if you are commuting to work and you're in heavy traffic, you don't want to deal with a manual transmission. Man, does the engine sound good though, my God. And you need all-wheel drive. This is going to check a lot of those boxes for you. It's a much more comfortable, much more livable car. The issue that I've found with my M2, while I love it, is I don't get to experience it as it should be driven. And that reason can save you tens of thousands of dollars. So you're not going for that M car that looks good and you can say you have an M car, but the reality of using that stuff on a daily basis, I mean, Phoenix, where I live, it's a grid. So I don't get to experience these beautiful curvy roads. Now, if you live in an area, maybe in the Midwest or Western Pennsylvania or West Virginia or Virginia, all of those places have roads where on a daily basis, you can experience a car that's great to take into turns. You find yourself putting up with the harsh suspension, the manual transmission in traffic. Wow, turning radius is excellent. I didn't expect that. You're putting up with a lot of stuff for basically no reason. What I mean by that is the hard suspension and the manual transmission, which is touchy. It's an excellent manual. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you're in traffic, it's a pain in the ass. And whereas this, you get all of the power, it's just not, there's a little more slop in the car. Still handles incredibly well. There's just more slop. That's really all there is, but that's expected. The torque is crazy. It's all out. Holy cow. When it shifts, like boom, into the next gear. But it's just not quite as planted as the M2. And yeah, so I hope that's helpful to you. This would be a comfortable car to do long road trips in. You get great efficiency, you get great ride comfort, and it looks great, especially in Brooklyn Gray. Brooklyn Gray and whatever that purple color is called, that dark purple. Guys, if you're getting a car like this, get a cool color. Don't get like Brooklyn Gray. I know it is technically gray, but it's a flat gray. It looks really unique. The purple is really unique. When I see like white and black, I'm like, what's the point? Just get a Chevy Cruze, you know? Forget it. Get a cool color. You won't regret that. And then also, if you ever go to resell it, those more unique colors are highly sought after, like my Long Beach Blue M2. But this car, it's all driver focused. The interior is nice, has an M Sport steering wheel, so it's thick but not too thick. You know, you gotta get them just right. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I think if you're in between the two, because the new M2 is coming, if you're in between the two, really think about where you live and how you're going to use your car. Whoa, big vulture. I thought vulture was gonna pick the car up. Really think about where you live, how you're using the car, and let that be your deciding factor. I always say this too, don't ever stretch yourself to put yourself in a bad financial situation just so you can have the M or whatever. Me, for example, I got mine used, I waited, and I could comfortably afford it. It's all paid off. So don't do anything stupid just to, you know. But that's it. That's financial advice, life advice. We've done it all. We checked all the boxes. You're really going to enjoy this car. It's sporty, it's fast, it's efficient, and has a lot of technology in it now. I'm not going to talk much about the technology. There's other channels for that. Man, the shifts, the sound that these shifts make, it sounds like an Audi or Golf R DSG, and I really like that. It's just comfortable. It's fast, it's sporty, really well done car, and it's definitely different than the M2. I'm also sweating profusely because I turned off air conditioning, you know? It's all for the love of the sport. If you guys are still with me in this video, thank you for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos we're gonna do with the M2 and the M240i. I've really come to like BMWs just by owning that M2. I can see why people really like the cars, and you know, then you're not held to the standard of ever using turn signals or anything like that. I don't have to use turn signals. I blow through yellow lights. I don't let people go at crosswalks. That's part of owning a BMW, and I think that's great. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.